Okay, hi, good morning. Happy Saturday. Or I was preparing a schedule for the week yesterday, and I put the schedule as PST time because it, if I make it Europe time, it looks way too early in the morning. If I make it my time, I don't know how relevant that is, so I made it PST time. Oh, hi, Coffee, what's up? I hope you're having a nice day today. And I realized that like the PST time would be Friday right now. So good Friday evening or good Saturday morning, depending on where you are. Or good Saturday could be like there are 24 hours of longitude. I don't know. Like there should be time from Friday to Saturday, probably midday or even more. Yeah, I think that's how Earth works. So yes, hi, hello. I feel like I'm developing a cold. I don't know. So yeah, could be my tonsils acting up, but yep. I tried to let the person in your Discord voice that you had just started streaming, but also it's not used much, huh? Oh, I didn't check. I did not check Discord. Thank you. I don't know. Could be, I don't know. It's just that I feel like it's either the flu or tonsils, somewhere in between. So it's probably the weather being so different, like inside being chilly enough and outside being super hot. So it messes with the systems. So yeah, I think I'm good. I think I'll be okay for the time being. But I guess the only problem would be if I just no, I'll be able to talk, especially if this level of talking does not tire me out. You have made it on Discord, huh? To have one or two people that that live in the voice chat. Ooh, it's cool that more people are joining the Discord. I plan on doing a revamp there, inshallah. I'll try. I actually received some I received some advice from some of the nice people. Thank you. No, that's cool. I like the word just, by the way. So yeah, I want to do a revamp of like the channel names and all of that, so that it's more useful to the people coming in, and also like less all the chat being in one place. I think that way, having the general note. Oh, hi encoding. You had a different name on YouTube, I forgot, but hello, hi. Yep, yes, my glasses are different. I changed my glasses and my shirt, my top, I don't know, it's called a top there. Yep, I think yesterday's glasses were maybe white, I don't know. I could definitely easily check, but I'm lazy. Yes. So today's plan. Do I go on today's plan, or do I show the schedule that I'm planning on implementing? God willing, things going well. I have a this. Yep. Okay, that's viewable. There we go. YouTube. Oh, there we go. Yes, there was an actual name on YouTube. But if you're cool with whichever name, I can call you whichever you feel like it. Wilson Lopez. Fancy. So yeah, this is the schedule I created. Again, the times are in PST, which I'm guessing is California time. Oh, that could be the time that Chile is on, because it's on that side. Could be, might not be. So like right now, this is what we're doing. This is right now. For me, it's a Saturday, but it's a Friday based on that time. And this was yesterday. And inshallah, my Monday or the Sunday of the PST at 7:30 p.m. I'll start with the Free Code Camp course that I was awesome. I've heard different ways of saying like South encoding. South American or Latino, or I know there are multiple ways of saying it, and I don't know which one is the most like comfortable for the person hearing it. So I guess you prefer Latino, which is cool. Inshallah, God willing, I can go there someday, because there are way too many beautiful places. I've never been on the South American continent, but I've been to the North American and Europe. And I'm currently on the Asian one. So the Free Code Camp Scientific Computing with Python, which is the first course, is what I'm planning to start. And on my Wednesday would be this one. So like 2-2. That is my current plan. 4 days of streaming. I think it will work with my schedule, but I said it's human. Okay. I said it, this is tentative, but yeah. Ooh. Thank you. It's cool. I like going to scientific conferences most of the time, so depending on how I can fund myself, I will go to any scientific conference that invites me. Okay. So yeah, yesterday's plan was like, I think it went well. It went pretty okay. Today's plan is possibly finishing this. I think it is possible. It's early. We have time. And yeah, I am more hopeful than I was when I first started the course. Do we have the timeline here? Because I want to see the timeline, because I forgot what it was. All right. Before I start, I'm gonna get my tablet so that I do not hurt my hand with the trackpad. There we go. Ready? Yes, we're ready. How's the scrolling going? Not going? Hello? Okay. Going somewhere. Oh, okay, it's fine. Okay, there we go. I prefer the writing. Oh god, no. I pressed the wrong button. This is what the hell? Oh, you know what? I need to turn on the app that allows me to write on stuff. Apparently, after the restart, the app is not listening to the... Okay. Now? Yes, now. Huh. There we go. So, yesterday we were talking about the tools, how tools work inside LlamaIndex. Uh-oh. Trying again. Today we're talking about agents in LlamaIndex. And what is LlamaIndex? It is a framework to work with AI agents. I feel like since Google I/O, like agents could become more of a popular keyword, right? Because it was being talked about a lot more. Does anyone remember Alfred? I feel like we have forgotten Alfred, our helpful butler agent from earlier. Well, he's about to get an upgrade. Now that we understand the tools available in LlamaIndex, we can give Alfred new capabilities to serve us better. I don't like the word serve, let's just say help. But before we continue, let's remind ourselves what makes an agent like Alfred tick. Back in Unit 1, we learned that... I reread the definition of an agent yesterday, but I'm going to read it again. An agent, ... is a system that leverages an AI model to interact with its environment to achieve a user-defined objective. So it tries to interact with its environment to achieve something that it has been told, an objective. It combines reasoning, planning, and action execution, often via external tools to fulfill tasks. So I feel like this part is not really exclusive to agents, but it is something that we talk about quite a lot. Okay, I guess. Hold up. What is it called? Employed person, government servant is the word, right? Oh, service. Fair. Yeah, fair. Yeah, I think people who work in the government are called government is it a servant? I forgot. You know what? I don't know. Do not rely on me on information that I tell you not to rely on me. So, LlamaIndex supports 3 main types of reasoning agents. Okay, so React I know about, but the others, function calling, so just normal functions, right? These work with AI models that can call specific functions. Okay, cool. The React one is these can work with any AI that does chat or text endpoint and deal with complex reasoning tasks. So not all AI has reasoning, but fair. Advanced, these use more complex methods like LLM compiler or chain of abstraction. Fancy. Okay, so these are the agents within LlamaIndex. The advanced one sounds really fancy. Yeah, but government servant isn't like US. Huh? Really? Maybe more UK? Cool. I've heard it quite a lot. I don't know. Okay. So just the ones that we talked about being talked about here again. The function calling, works with AI that can call specific functions. So each time we talk about a model, I'm explaining this for myself. They are like, we have instruct models that are, as far as I know, are fine-tuned to be better at chat versus just like continuation of the thing you give it. So like we have, I guess, AI models that are more fine-tuned to be able to call functions, because a normal base model may not be able to do that. I should not say just the word AI because that's way too general. I should start saying models or LLMs, stuff like that. Okay. I really feel like my voice sounds different because I don't know. React agents. These can work with any AI that does chat or text endpoint and deals with complex reasoning tasks. Also, reasoning models are not as common, right? They're not like, they are a new-ish thing. So I guess when we talk about React, not all models can deal with this. And then the advanced custom agents, these use more complex methods to deal with more complex tasks and workflows. We'll see what that means. We can get more information in the documentation about LlamaIndex. I also don't know, so no need to apologize. Reason also costs a lot more for inference. Okay, true, probably. Bigger models, more tokens. Yeah, even like you have to give it more and it should give you back more, because the reasoning part is more tokens. So initializing agents, are we going to try and do every type? Because I see a function here at the bottom. All right, we will open the notebook in a bit, but to create an agent, we start by providing it with sets of functions / tools that define its capabilities. Let's look at how to create an agent with some basic tools. As of writing this, that's a good one, because things change way too fast. The agent will automatically use the function calling API if available, or a standard React agent loop. Okay. LLMs that support a tool / function API are relatively new. Everything is relatively new, but they provide a powerful way to call tools by providing specific prompting. Okay, you can call the tools with prompting and allowing the LLM to create tool calls based on provided schemas. Most of the time, provided schema would be like a description on how it's done or a template. At this point, I feel like just prompting, or because like we were during the chat on Discord yesterday, like saying use ChatGPT to write a prompt. Yeah, that's actually a pretty good idea, because I was testing something and my prompt was not good enough, and I was literally asking the model how to make the prompt better. It's just weird and just an interesting time to be alive. React agents are also good at complex reasoning tasks and work with any LLM that has chat or text completion, so generative capabilities. They are more verbose. Yes, React agents give you more tokens and show the reasoning behind certain actions they take. Sort of, yeah. So we can open the notebook. Most of the time I get surprised at how links are not something that open in a new tab, so I just don't trust them. I press my command, I guess, button. Wait. Oh, control and command are two buttons. You know what I mean. Was the model helpful at improving the prompt? Yes, because it was not a normal model. I feel like in some ways models should be able to help improve prompts, but in others not. If it's a general model, then probably not. But I was taking a course on Microsoft Learn, and it says that Copilot can be used in each tool within the Microsoft suite, I guess. So whenever you open it and you're inside that tool, like Flow or Canva without the S, I think, or is there? Yeah, there are other stuff. It is fine-tuned for that thing. So depending on where you are, it's actually really customized, and I think actually pretty useful, but I have tested it just a bit. Yeah. What? Like maybe one thing they can show their understanding, but in others they might not have been trained. Exactly. Depends on the training. Absolutely, the fine-tuning. When was GitHub Copilot open sourced? Because this is crazy. What type or version? Oh my god. as opposed to Microsoft. Oh, oh, okay. I'm talking about Microsoft Copilot. But so GitHub Copilot would be the coding one. Initial release 2021. It is based on OpenAI and stuff. And when was it open sourced? Because I guess 4 days ago, maybe? I see a blog that says meet the new coding agent. Interesting. I have not looked into it. Let's try, and we're not signed in, but it's fine. Okay. I have not used Copilot, which could be surprising because I use AI for coding, but not Copilot. This Copilot, at least. Cool. Huh. Wait, you can use different agents? Interesting. What? I didn't know that. Yeah, I should get started and start using it. Access to Claude Sonnet, ChatGPT. That's crazy cool. Oh, hi. Oh, hey. What's up? Hi, Umayma. What's up? How are you doing? Can I joke? The hello where you press 9 instead of O should be 6, because then hell 66 would work better than hell 999. Cool. I don't do this. I should start using that. What's the difference between LlamaIndex and LangChain? Great question. I cannot answer you because I know what LlamaIndex is / does, but I have not started learning about LangChain. LangChain, not LangGraph. This is actually LangGraph here that we're gonna learn about. Okay. I don't know. I could look into, like, just Google LangChain, because I know Free Code Camp had, like, just recently, maybe a few days ago, created a course about LangChain. I think it was LangChain, not LangGraph. But if we look at, it's a framework. Okay, both of them are frameworks. Go here. For building LLM-powered applications, helps you chain together interoperable components and third-party integration to simplify AI application development, all while future-proofing decisions. That's cool. But is it real-time data? Is it will we be? Oh, okay. To improve, pair with. Okay. I've heard of LangGraph more than LangChain, even though I first learned about LangChain. But is it agentic? Okay, so these are agent stuff, but are you agentic? If you're looking for more advanced customization or agent, check out LangGraph. So LangChain is less agentic, but the way I understand it, awesome. I'm glad you're good. As I know both for, okay, orchestration, yeah, with LLMs. So the way I see it right now, without having too much information, this is less agentic. LangGraph and LlamaIndex are far more like, here's how you create agents and like call functions and stuff like that. When I first learned about LangChain, ooh, I like this, was because I wanted to see how I can use LLMs within an already existing system of like an app, and like how I can have it access data. So like I see the word, where was it? There we go. data augmentation. So like you can easily connect to the LLMs to data sources, like I'm guessing a database where you can ask questions, but you probably need a lot of I wouldn't say documentation, but I would call it explanation for the LLM. As well as, okay, swapping models, okay. But like, this is why I learned about it. We have a Langsmith. So yes. If we go and look at the code of this part that I was looking at, this is the just initializing an agent, right? So we have a function that multiplies a and b here, and we have the doc string. We are just, oh, why am I not using my pen? I forget. We are calling the HuggingFace API here. We're using Quinn. Quinn is Alibaba, right? I think. And we're using instruct because it's chat. And this is just a normal model. We're just calling a normal model. And then, so we have a normal function, a normal model. We make it agentic through LlamaIndex here by calling agent workflow dot from tool or function. And okay, this is way too many steps. Then we call the function tool thingy, function tool dot from defaults multiply, and this is our model. I guess that's how you initialize an agent. So now this agent is ready to use multiply when you call it, and multiplies two integers and returns resulting integer. Cool. LlamaIndex is for search and retrieval tasks with indexing and data retrieving more quickly. It is really good at indexing and data retrieval, yes, but also you can use it like any other normal agent, because like function calling is a normal thing for agents to be able to do based on my knowledge, but it can also do the reasoning and even more advanced stuff based on this poster graph thingy. So that's how like okay, this is our agent. Let's see what we can do with it. Can I definitely cannot run it because I don't have enough points to use Quinn. Should we try? I'm gonna try. We have add, abstract, multiply, and divide here. Cool. I'm gonna try and fail. So let's do that. Okay, I'm gonna try and do the thing where it says, so it says from, I don't know, is it like Google Secrets? No, but close. Something secrets. I forgot. Anyone remembers? It's user data, the import part, that I remember. But I forgot. From something get user data. It should be, oh, Google.collab. Okay. Let's try. From Google, no, but close. Collab, import user data, and then user data dot, oh, you don't know that? Isn't it get secrets? Oops. Secret, and then it's the, yeah, well, mine is called HF token. Oh, that's not how you write token. That's how you write token? Let's try. That's how I wrote token. Oh, it's just get. Huh. Okay, it's not get secret. It's just get. I'm learning. And then you give that secret to the login, and that's how you log in. Oh, I forgot to run the first pip install stuff. Well, we go back. Oh, connecting, not even connected. Okay, now it's connected. I'm sure you guys already know this, but at the top, which you cannot see because I've hidden, I guess, my tabs. When it's gray, it means it's running. When it goes back to the orangey color, it means it's finished running and everything is fine. When it's red, it means you messed up. So that's very useful. Where did I put my pen? There it is. So while that is running, agents are stateless by default. Someone should give them an ID. Add remembering past instructions is opt-in using a context object. This might be useful if you want to see an agent that needs to remember previous instructions. Most of the time we do, but maybe like if your agent is no, still we do, but like the context window probably matters. Like let's assume you are at what is it called, the window where you get fast food window, and it's an agent, sadly, because we I guess don't need people anymore. And you still need to have some index of like context of the person saying I want a burger and then saying and a drink with that, you know. Drive in, yes, that one. Yeah, so like if it says and a drink with that, it's like, okay, but what was that, you know? So you still need the context window. Like a chatbot, because like for me, it doesn't need to have too big of a context window, because why I keep using the word window? Because when the next person comes in, it doesn't matter what the previous person needed. So there needs to be a way to clear the context. Yeah, okay. That maintains context across multiple messages, or a task manager that needs to track progress over time. Don't we just have memory? I feel like memory is a pretty useful thing. Like having a normal sized context window plus memory to help with older stuff. And then, I got an error. And the error is, let's see. I keep forgetting to grant access. I'm sorry. Now we're good. So if I would personally want to just run this, cool, and then run this separately, so when I cannot call the LLM, at least I know where my error is. Can we call it? We can call it. Can we use it? We shall see. Okay, so now we have everything ready. I think McDonald's US gave up on it. Its 2-year trial with IBM to use LLMs to take drive-in orders. I'm glad they did that. I'm glad they gave up. I feel like there is more chance to continue with agentic AI. I really do, sadly, because you can just tell them this is the input and this is how I want the output, and tada, you get it. But maybe that was too early. I feel like right now is an okay time. I wouldn't say it's the perfect time, because an error could cost them a lot, which I guess could be one of the reasons they don't want to do it. So we are using async, which is pretty cool, and it has all of our tools. I guess I can zoom in to help you guys read better, but these are the list of tools we have given it, and we're saying you can add, abstract, multiply, and divide numbers using the tools. Okay. I think I'm gonna mute myself for a bit, okay? I think we're back. I think. That was mid to 2024. Oh my god. When another company will have a go. Let's not give them ideas. Interesting. Oh, okay. Before I run this, I wanna read, because this is different. We are using await. Okay, I guess this is okay. You'll notice that the agents in LlamaIndex are async because they use Python's await operator. If you are new to async code in Python or need a refresher, look at this. I'm okay with using async. I've used it way too much in Java, so I'm guessing it's the same idea. Now you've got the basics. Let's look at how to use more complex tools on our agent. Not yet, no. But if I go back here and try and run this here, the problem is that we are a non-paying person. Yay! So we cannot use the language model. I'm gonna have to look into this, because like if I can use smaller stuff, I don't like the interruption this gives. It's cool. We're cool. We're super chill. Can you see the output at least? We're not seeing the output of this. Look, this has not been run. Like, you can see, like, this says 27. Wait, where is the 27? There. This has been used, but not these. That's odd. Oh well. I apologize. Ooh, RAG agents. I like RAG for many reasons, but I just like the name. With query engine tools. Agentic RAG is a powerful way to use agents to answer questions about your data. We can pass various tools to Alfred, our agent, I suppose, to help him answer questions. However, instead of answering the questions on top of documents automatically, Alfred can decide to use any other tool or flow to answer the questions. So an agentic RAG would be, it has access to our documents, but can also use tools. That's pretty cool. So I can do agentic RAG if you provide me with a RAG pipeline tool and some other tools I could use to respond directly. So here, user query response. Oh, user query index prompt plus query plus relevant data, and then LLM response back to the user, plus having access to external APIs, web search, and direct LLM response. Okay. It's easier to wrap query engine as a tool for an agent. Oh, it's easy. Okay. I read it as easier. When doing so, you need to define a name and description. We remember that part. The LLM will use this information to correctly use the tool. Let's see how to load in a query engine tool using the query engine we created in the component section, which is 2 sections ago, I think. So query engine tool. Index dot query as query engine. When are we calling index? Did we call it before? Here's our LLM. I guess we did, because we also have an LLM. And we want top 3. Okay. Like top 3 documents, I suppose. And then this is our query engine tool from default. Here is our query engine name and a description, which I guess we did not provide. Return direct false. Does that mean we wanted to think about it before returning it or use other tools? Because we are still, oh no, okay, so this is the tool part, this is an agent part, so these are different. We are wrapping a query engine as a tool, and then we are giving it to the agent here. Oh, sorry, I punched the microphone's still working, that's good. So, and this is the LLM. Okay, you are a helpful assistant. You have access to database containing persona descriptions. Oh yeah, I remember that part. Nice. Cool. So this was a RAG agent with query engine tools. I guess we should have access to the code in this notebook just to see how it's used in a bigger context. So this is the agent being initialized, and what is that? So the first part is the math. The second part, we can pass state and context to the agent. We're saying my name is Bob, and then asking what is my name again. Oh, that's interesting. So this is the part where we talked about we can have a context, more like a history. That's cool. And then this is the RAG agent with query engine tool. So you can see our database, creating the vector store, and then having our LLM, the index, embed model to prepare the data, and query engine, and the tool, and the agent. That is too many parts. Then you can use it. Example being, this is just testing. Search the database for science fiction and return some persona descriptions. Wow. And we don't get an output because they did not run it. We can see here. So this one, if is instance, tool call result, tool called, and if is instance, else if. Oh, okay. So agent stream or tool call results, showing the thought process. So this is like the output of like the thought, and this is the final answer. Cool. Nice. But we don't get to see the output, sadly. Personas. Yes. Not the song by RM from BTS. But it's a database where I actually you can download it. It was in one of the previous sections where it's types of personas. Yes. Creating multi-agent systems. So this is the orchestra part, right? Oh, my microphone is too far. There we go. Said better. The agent workflow class also directly supports multi-agent systems. That's nice. By giving each agent a name and a description, guys, without a name and description, life cannot go on. The system maintains a single active speaker, meaning a manager. Oh, did I say hi, Momo? Hi, good morning. With each agent having the ability to hand off to another agent. Nice. How well is the coordination? Because as a human, I feel like coordination between humans is not optimized, for sure. We need like what is it called? Oh, I forgot. With servers, it starts with a V. Whoops, I forgot. Brain just stopped existing. By narrowing the scope of each agent, make them like super fine-tuned for one thing, we can help increase their general accuracy. Isn't it called groupthink? Wait, no, groupthink is a bad thing. Maybe group intelligence? I don't know. Like the average answer of a group is better than the answer of one person, because the answer of one person could be either right or wrong, but the average answer has more possibility of being correct. So this is the same idea to me. So yeah, it has it will increase general accuracy when responding to the user's messages. Agents in LlamaIndex can directly be used as tools for other agents. Interesting. For more complex and custom scenarios. So here we're importing the agent workflow, which is what we just talked about, and then function agent, React agent are types that we talked about as well. And I don't know if I should mention it or not, but I have too many sounds outside. I don't know if you can hear it or not. And also, knock on wood, internet is really good right now. I don't have any wood around me. Does anyone do the knocking on their head saying I have hay in my brain? It just technically would. So we have the same adding and subtracting, I guess, without multiplication and division. Here, create agent config. Note we can use the function agent or React agent here, depending on the requirements. Function agent works for LLMs with a function calling API. React works for any LLM. Well, any LLM with reasoning, right? So I guess we're using React, and we are creating a calculator agent, so a math-focused one, and a query agent. Performs basic arithmetic operations. You are, this is funny, you are a calculator assistant, and you use your tools for any math operations. These are the tools. And info lookup. Oh, it's a query engine tool. Did we say, are we using something at the top? Looks up information about XYZ. Use your tool to query a RAG system to answer information about, I guess, stuff that is yours. And then create and run the workflow. Agent workflow. Here's your calculator. Here's your query agent. Oh, root agent being calculator. Does that mean the query agent is the manager? Because we have calculator being, or were we using small agents when we looked at the orchestra thingy, where you could see the who is the manager and who is the, oh, I forgot all the naming, but like the thing that's being used. And then we are waiting to get the answer. Can you add 5 to 3? Cool. Oh, no, I'm good. I really am good. Like, I know I have not learned enough, but I also think I'm pretty good. More information can be seen here. Cool. Now that we understand basics, see, I do believe I understand the basics of agents and tools in LlamaIndex. Let's see how we can use LlamaIndex to create configurable and manageable workflows. I really need to go for like 2 minutes to take something somewhere. We'll be back. Should I set the 2 minutes and see if I can actually be back in 2 minutes? Because I'm gonna go and come back in a bit. So we're back. Okay. Sorry for cutting the background music off. Did you find it, by the way? Because I did not look for it. Did you look for it? I feel like just relaxing. No, it's not relaxing piano, but still something close to that. That was less than 2 minutes just saying, oh, you forgot. That's good. And we go. So that was the using agents in LlamaIndex. I feel like there was so much information in here of like types and ways of using stuff that I would absolutely not remember how to do this if I did not have like documentation to go back to. Yep. And now we go to creating agentic workflows in LlamaIndex. Okay. We can do this. I can do this. Okay, I'm gonna drink some coffee just so that I can have some energy. No, I really don't think coffee gives me energy. I just think I like the drink. But thank you. We got this. Like, I've never felt like I'm sleepy, I drink coffee, I'm not sleepy. I can, well, I don't know, I really have not tested it, but like I can sleep easily after drinking tea. And aren't tea and coffee both caffeinated? Anyway. No. I don't like when Twitch does this. Let's go and fix this. You're in timeout. There we go. And now we go back. And creating agentic workflows in LlamaIndex. RIP. I actually don't block them just in case. I put them in timeout, and then they never come back, which is like, I know they're not human, but like just in case it's a troll. I really like this whiteboard. We'll get there in a minute. Okay. A workflow in LlamaIndex provides a structured way to organize your code. Nice. Into sequential and manageable steps. Such, whoops. This should be readable. Such a workflow is created by defining steps which are triggered by events and themselves emit. Ooh, I like the word emit. Events to trigger further steps. Steps to events to more steps to more events. Let's take a look at Alfred showing a LlamaIndex workflow for a RAG task. So this is probably made in Paint. I like it. Nah. That's funny. Yes, best viewers on our Discord. Oh, that's really good. Like, this is an actual link. Okay, let's, there's an ad break. Sorry. There, I banned you. I feel like if anyone saw this, me pinning your comment, they will think it's an actual ad without the context. Uh-oh. No. Can we type? Oh. Nope. That's not how you... Now we can. All right. So, oh, this is where we start. This is a very weird workflow, because to me a start should be not this shape, should be this shape. Collect input, parse query, nice. Setup, what are we setting up to? And then query event, input event, setup event. So we have the events for each part, and then we get to the run query based on the setup, the query, and the input. And then we get to a stopping, and then the final answer. I don't understand what's happening. We will in a second. Let's try and understand this. Workflows offer several key benefits. First, clear organization of code into discrete steps. We're talking about code and not language models. I am curious what we mean by that. Our functions? What are we talking about? 2, event-driven architecture for flexible work control flow. Nice. 3, type-safe communication between steps. All right. 4, built-in state management. Cool. And then 5th, support for both simple and complex agent interactions. So sort of an orchestra? As you might have guessed, workflows strike a great balance between the autonomy of agents while maintaining control over the overall workflow. So let's learn how to create a workflow ourselves. If I need an agent to do that, I will not be able to, but we can try. Creating workflows. So did I open this one? No, this is the one I opened. And yes, we can see the output. That's nice. Whenever you can see the number of like when the step was run, for example, here, this is the 4th one, this is the 28th one. It's like, oh, you messed up somewhere. You should have done a clear kernel and run everything again. What? Okay. Oh, I wanted to see. No models used here, right? I don't see any LLM stuff. When are we calling an LLM? Not yet, right? Huh. LLM. Almost at the end. So there is some stuff. Well, yeah. You get the LLM into there later, I suppose. Huh. I want to see it in notebook form. So, oh, the nodes we just saw, you can create them. Like we have a start event, stop event, workflow, and step. So in my workflow class, you can have a step with a stop event. Where's the start? Oh, start event is here. And you, with a timeout of like 10, this is not even seconds, I'm guessing. You run it and then you just get an hello world. So this is just a normal workflow without anything, simple, nothing fancy. Okay. And then doing the steps thingy. Guys, does this remind you of a linked list? This reminds me of a linked list. I'm getting flashbacks. of my days when I needed to have more information about linked lists. Okay. So we have multiple classes here, a multi-step workflow, a processing event. Does that mean, intermediate result? Does that mean it's like one of the... Okay, so we have the start, we have the end, and in the middle, processing events. This is very new stuff to me. We have step 1, step 2. Where's final? It is final. Okay. So step 1 is we have the start, we have step 1 being like something in the middle, and then step 2 gets that processing event and then goes to... This looks like a linked list to me, honestly. Final result. You get the intermediate result of... Does EV mean environment? Like, this is what you get, and this is it, final result. Very interesting. Do not be verbose, so don't give us... So, finished processing of the step 1. So, this here... okay, it's just a concatenation. Loops and branches. I think I'm supposed to be reading this and not just the code, but also, like, I feel like looking at the code gives me the same level of information. We can create a single step workflow by defining a class that inherits from workflow, right? And decorating your function with a step. We will also need to add start and stop event, which we did. Here we're saying it's a start event, goes to a stop event, which are special events that are used to indicate start and end of the workflow. That is sort of obvious, but we shall see how we will use it. As you can see, we can now run the workflow by calling like object.run and having the multi-step, which we just saw as well. To connect multi-step, we can create custom events that carry data between steps. Yeah, we saw that. You can... Where was it? This intermediate result is coming from here, which is actually from here. We need to add an event that is passed between steps and transfer the output of the first step to the second. Very object-oriented style, everything like normal, as it should be. Nothing new per se, but that type hinting is important here, as it ensures that the workflow is executed correctly. Let's complicate things a bit more. That's funny. Loops and branches. Loops and branches. The type hinting is the most powerful part of workflows because it allows... Does type hinting mean here, like this? Because I'm not sure. Or is it the decoration? Where was I? It allows us to create branches and loops and joins to facilitate more complex workflows. Joins? You can do joins? I know about like inheritance and stuff, but I didn't know joins. Let's show an example of creating a loop by using the union operator. In the example below, we can see that the loop event is taken as input for each step and can be returned as output. So we have a class loop event here that is type hinting. This or this. Wait, not or, union, I guess. Both. we have a start event and a loop event that is being used. Loop event can be, are we calling it again? No, but it is both input and output. A random integer, bad thing happened, back to step 1. Good thing happened, first step complete. Oh, so it does call it back. Whoa. So if you call the loop, it goes back based on your random integer of 1 or 0. If it's 0, it goes here. If not, it goes here, and you can go to the next step of complete. That's really cool. Nothing makes sense to me, but it's like I understand the code, but I don't know what we're using it for yet. Hopefully we will. And that was a multi-step workflow. Now, drawing workflows, I guess you can, yeah, it has to be something that's available. Oh, that's why it looks so bad, because it's drawn with code. Honestly, it's easy. There are better ways of drawing it, but my drawing skills are not as great for me to judge people. Yes. So, drawing workflows. We can also draw workflows. Let's use the draw all possible flows function to draw the workflow. This stores the workflow in an HTML file. I like saying H for no reason. So we have an HTML file, and that's it. That's what it looks like. So it's HTML code. Nice. So is this the one that we had with the loop event? Start is down here. Why is start? Yes. Oh, I have a opinion, which I'm sure I've talked about it again before, but like I'm going to talk about it again, which is, as far as I know / have read on the internet, all the letters of the alphabet can like have themselves in them. A has the letter A, B has letter B, even W has sort of a who in there, but H is the only one that you cannot hear h inside when you say it. Yes, the ch could be ch, but that doesn't count. So if you say H, you add it back in. There. The Korean language says H at the first of like a word, so W is kind of sus. Pretty sus. Like it's like one of those where it's like, does it have it, does it not have it? Depends on how you look at it, but it is pretty sus. But H, it's not yeah, it's double V technically, not double U's, but what can we do about it? Yeah, but like for the Korean language, when you say H at the beginning of a word, it is said so funnily to me, like it's funny because it has so much air. Like, do I have an example? No, I don't. Only thing I can think of is huiparam, which means whistle. Like it has air flow with it when you say H for no reason, or maybe they probably have reasons that I don't know about. Anyway, that was my TED Talk on the letter H. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. State management. We're going to manage the state, people. State management is useful when you want to keep track of the state of the workflow. So where we are, or like what is happening to the data. Every step has access to the same state. We can do this by using the context type hint on top of parameter in the step function. Where are we doing it? Okay, we're just using it here. Cool. So this here is a query that leads to a stop event, and it itself is a start event, right? So this is just a function. What is the capital of France? Do something with it. and then here's your query. This is final result. This is fun. This feels like far more control over what's happening inside the secret edge lore. Yep, we can even go to the lore podcast and talk about it. Yeah, H is interesting thing, because even in like Persian, the letter H, when you type, it can be like a small a only in typing, not in reading, or it can be H itself. It needs a I have too much information about unusable stuff, but you need a zero with non-joiner to make it not H. Does anyone know what's a zero with non-joiner? Anyone who's dealt with left to right text will know. You don't have to know what it is. It's cool. Yeah. So we know the basic understanding of workflows in LlamaIndex. These are some more complex nuance. I do not want anything more complex than what we just learned about. However, there is another way to create workflows, which relies on agent workflow class. Does that make it easier? Let's take a look at how we can use this to create a multi-agent workflow. Are we getting our calculator? Is it like a space with no space? Yup, exactly. Zero width, non-joiner, basically. And it makes, because the English language doesn't have letters joining with each other, but Arabic and Persian does. So the space without, also used in some emojis, maybe. Like face emojis, text emojis maybe. To not have space but have them not join, probably. I know it in the case of cleaning data. Automating workflows with multi-agent workflows. Let's do these. Can I go back to the code and see what we were doing? So the loops and branches, same code, that's good. And the drawing, yep, we're drawing the same thing. State management, we gave it context. Ooh, so this is the full code without the yada yada of the other one, where you can see it's asking what is the capital of France. We have a processing event that says step 1 completed, so nothing actually is happening, but and then step 2 gets the context and the processing event, and then we get the query. This is our query. I like saying query even though it's query. No, this is all accents and stuff. Nothing is anything. It makes me sound fancy. And this is your final result. So we technically did not get the capital of France, but at least we learned steps. If I recall, yeah, it's used like to combine concepts into a single emoji, like, oh, okay, no way. So like for the UI to understand, it's like everything together. Wow. Like, so it's the back end of what an emoji is actually, because when you type colon, wait, no, hold up, colon, right, and close parentheses, it becomes a smiley face, but because that's what it recognizes. So for other more complex emojis, that's pretty cool. And we're here. It was an extension to the original emojis. Right. I did not know about emoji lore. Instead of manual workflow creation, so what we were doing is manual, we can actually, I guess, automate it with agent workflow. Agent workflow sounds like a really good name for an agent that works on workflows. So we can use this class to create multi-agent workflows, The agent workflow uses, I said the word workflow so many times, it means nothing to me. Uses workflow agents to allow you to create a system of one or more agents that can collaborate and hand off tasks to each other based on their specialized capabilities. So like a calculator should not write an essay. Lots of new stuff. So many new stuff. Hi, Rohan. What's up? This enables, like, today's lesson has been way too many new stuff, and my brain is like, has information is like sloshing around in my brain, and I feel like if I move, it's going to drop. This enables building complex agent systems where different agents handle different aspects of a task. Yes, instead of importing classes from the LlamaIndex core agent, we will import the agent classes from LlamaIndex core agent workflow, which is what we're talking about. One agent must be designated as the root agent, so like the manager, and the agent workflow constructor. Brain. Hi, I am mostly good. I think I'm getting the flu, so sometimes I need to like wipe my nose. Sorry, too much information. Otherwise, I'm pretty good. How are you doing? I like your icon. It's a racing car. When a user message comes in, it is first routed to the root agent like an orchestrator. Why did we have the calculator be the root agent in the other code? That makes no sense. So each agent can handle the request directly using their tools, hand off to another agent suited better for the task. This is actually pretty important because if an agent is the root agent, they should be able to give the task to a different agent. Return a response to the user. Cool. What I am like, sort of like, I don't know, concerned about is like how to have agents that are fine-tuned for that task. Because general tasks, okay, but because calculators are cool, I cannot argue with that. I agree with you. I'm glad you're great. Calculators are cool, but I would not like have them be a orchestrator of anything but numbers, you know? So how we create a multi-agent workflow would be, I guess we're using React agent, and here's our agent workflow, and having access to the LLM. So we have our math stuff. Is this going to be the same calculator again? So we have our add and multiply, and then our LLM. Only a matter of time until they add LLMs to TI series calculators. And they're writing essays. Oh my god. Honestly, those type of calculators, which I'm guessing is the TI series that you're talking about, the fancy ones where you are allowed to take into an exam at like university level. Yeah, only a matter of time until they get LLMs and then they get banned and we cannot use calculators. Interesting. So here's our agent. Multiply agent? Oh, we have an agent for multiplication only. That is just cruel. So our multiply agent gets multiply, and it's a React agent. It's a thinking agent. Just think about it. Like, as a human, if you were told, which I guess that is what happens, to click a button, that is your job. How do you feel? I can do so much more. So like having an agent, your job is to multiply 2 integers, the end. Like telling that to a large language model is just cruel. And then we have an add agent, addition agent, and we have both of them. And our root agent is multiply agent, which makes no sense. We at least need to have a normal chat agent. What is my purpose? You serve butter. Exactly. Yes, that is perfect. Like, even the videos that we see on the internet the past few days of, like, I don't know if I shared the prompt theory one, but I shared, I guess it's on Discord, the Arabic one of, like, I guess the Arabic one is not exactly what is our purpose, but the whole point of, like, we're not just a prompt, we're more than this. It's just funny and sort of, like, scary, because you say, oh, is this a human? No. Is this a CGI? You know, because we're used to seeing CGI and animated stuff and them having emotion. It's just a really interesting thing. Like, as a normal human looking at it, you're like, this is unnerving, you know? Yeah. Oh, I know what's Rick and Morty. I know the meme. I've seen Rick and Morty. Did we get the new season yet? I don't think we did. Maybe we did and I did not. I am not aware. I know there was the trailer for it. Agent tools can also modify the workflow state we mentioned earlier. Not yet? Maybe in a few? Oh, the obviously scripted. Obviously. Like, it's a prompt and a script. Right? I guess you can say, like, here's the prompt, have a video of people saying this in this situation, right? There was an April Fool's episode only? Huh. I didn't see that. I think the new season is going to come out pretty soon. June 1st. Oh. Wait a second. Sorry. Episode 1 comes out tomorrow? Huh. 25th of May. Well, you heard it here first. Good to know. Season 8, episode 1 comes out in possibly, like a action interpretive dance. Oh my god, I remember. It was on YouTube. It was like a show, like a play. Yeah, of, like, different episodes. True. So in 2 days, maybe, probably. Yes. 24 hours, hopefully. Yep. It's fun. Now I'm like, brain, come back and read this. And my brain is like, no, I want to talk more. No, we're going to read this. Do I bribe my brain with some coffee? Let's bribe my brain. Nice. Today's coffee is a bit more bitter because I did not add as much creamer, which was a choice. Agent tools can also modify the workflow state. Oh, really? Huh. We can update the state from an agent. That is cool. We mentioned earlier, before starting the workflow, we can provide an initial state dictionary that will be available to all agents. The state is stored in the state key of the workflow context. It will be injected into the state prompt, which augments each new user message. Cool. You can tell today you're more bitter. Yes, I can. That's funny. Each time I read about, like, classes and, like, new stuff, like, I don't know if this workflow thing is new to agentic like frameworks or if it existed before, but I'm like, someone made this, someone conceptualized this, and it's like we are at the mercy of programmers that create programming languages, you know? And it's just an interesting thought, you know? Programming languages are not like human languages where you can just create a word. Could be, though. So yeah, even like when you create a database and you name the columns and stuff, tables, then people after you use it, they're sort of at your mercy, if you know what I mean. So just like the naming, and like here we have a state dictionary, a workflow context, a state prompt, and like all of that, or a state key. These are like just interesting stuff, you know. So we are injecting a counter to count function calls. That's cool. Like how many times you did something by modifying the previous example. So the previous example had the adding and multiplying functions, right? And you can see we're just adding a counter. So we take the state and we update it. And oh, it's like a cookie, right? So you save number of function calls and you update that in our state. You can have any other parameter inside the state. That's cool. And you can get it like at the end to say how many function calls did I do. Nice. That is fun. Oh my god, we're at the end. I can breathe. Congratulations. You have now mastered, yes, the basics of agents in LlamaIndex. You know what? I can now say I know what happens with agents and LlamaIndexes, and if I need to use the code, I can go to a document or use a Copilot like stuff and use it. So I feel like I can now learn how to use it. Yes, we are the master. No, not just me, all of us. Whoever listened to this is the master of the basics of agents in LlamaIndex. Yay. Let's continue with a final quiz to solidify our knowledge. I'm guessing this is also an ungraded. Yep, this is an ungraded quiz, which is our favorite type of quiz, where we are going to become Sherlock and try to use our deduction skills. So, self-check, ungraded. What? Another quiz? You know what? I don't hate quizzes. We know, but this is short. Ungraded quiz, a short ungraded quiz here to help you reinforce key concepts you've just learned. So it covers agent workflow, interaction, essential components for building effective AI agents. All right. If there isn't too much lag, I would appreciate if you guys participated in this. So like Q1, A, B, C, D, let me know while I solve it. So I'm going to solve it myself, and then you can say in the chat what you think it was, and then we can press it like together, sort of submit it together, or we can submit it at the end. I think that would be cooler. Solve everything and then come back. Oh no, already, wait, chill. You have to say Q1 and then what it is, because then we're gonna go to the other questions. So what is the purpose of agent workflow in LlamaIndex? C for CL. To run one or more agents with tools. Okay, I guess it has to have to do with workflow, but let's see. It could be multiple answer, you know, so we shall see. To create single agent, that not this one for sure, can query your data without memory. So B, definitely not. Automatically build tools for agents, not really. Manage agent memory and state. Honestly, for me, it's this one. I don't know. I could be wrong, because I saw an A. For the time being, I'm going to keep it this one. We can come back to it. I'm not going to submit it yet. Question 2. What do we think? What object is used for keeping track of the state of the workflow? Context. Wait, state you said. Uh-oh. State is used, right? Wait, what's the difference between these two? State and workflow state. Do I have anything here that helps me cheat? I do not. Whoops. It's just state. It has to be only state. Well, we can lose. Question 3. There are 4 questions. Which method should be used if you want an agent to remember previous interactions? That one. C for which question? Oh, really? You think it's workflow state and not state? All right. You could be right. And I could be definitely wrong. We shall see. But for question 3, context. But this one. Because it has run, not chat. Just guessing. Okay. And finally, question 4. What is a key feature of agentic RAG documents? It can only, when we see only, we know it's not real. It automatically answers questions without tools like a chatbot. Not really. It can decide to use any tool to answer questions, including RAG tools. Ta-da, that's true. Works only. When you see only, it's not true. This one I'm more sure about. Let's go back to the top and submit each of them. Bismillah, let's do this. Please be right. We're wrong. So it's not to manage memory and state. I guess it is the first one then. It's not without memory, obviously. Oh yeah, Rohan got this one right. So I was wrong. But this one, if Rohan got this one right as well, we're gonna rage quit. Yay, we can rage quit now. Oh, okay, so that's also not right. There's no way it's context. It's definitely context, which I got it right first time, and then I got it wrong all the times afterwards. I guess you save the state in the context. Right? This one better be correct. Okay, and the last one better be correct. Thank you. Yay! Conclusion. Let's go to conclusion. Congratulations. I got 2 questions wrong. You got 1 question wrong. And conclusion. So, oh, whoops. At least 1 C. Let's go. Okay. So for the conclusion, congrats on finishing the LlamaIndex module of this 2nd unit. I am scared for the project of this course because I feel like without cheating I will not be able to do anything. We shall see. Let's see what sort of cheating I need to do, you know? Because each time you're like, you've mastered. I'm like, no, definitely not. Half of my brain was where? I don't know. I even don't know half of my brain is where. Mastered, yep. You've seen how to build your own agentic workflows. Now that you have skills in LlamaIndex, you can start to create search engines that will solve tasks we are interested in, I suppose. In the next module of the unit, you're going to learn how to build agents with LangGraph. Woohoo! Finally, we would love to hear. Yeah? Didn't we fill out this form? Let's see what this form is. Is it a... It is a Google Docs form. And I'm going to pause here. Obviously, I'm not going to start LangGraph. But we are happy with our progress. I am definitely happy. There is... No, not yet. Okay, we are in 2.3. We're not in the next unit. We're still in the subunit. Nice. And this is how satisfied, how relevant, key takeaways, units. I am not at the end yet, right? No, I don't think I can do this. Yep. So, I sort of still don't want to go yet, but I want to rest my brain a bit. Because I think I'm gonna start with the CMU course, you can hear the background. But you know, let's rest our brain. So, how are things going? How's life doing? My life is doing good, mostly. Definitely. No, it's good. It's pretty good. And I have way too many plans that can easily go wrong. So I'm like, whatever happens, happens. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, it's cool. Life is good. I have everything I need. And those are just like extra stuff that would be nice to have. If not, it's cool. And yeah. Oh, I posted a short/reel yesterday. So that was interesting. I'm not really great at editing video, but I do have opinions on it. Do I need to cough? Maybe. I used to use CapCut for editing vertical videos because yeah, thank you. We will keep going, but not with this course today, because that's going to be inshallah next week-ish. What was I saying? So yeah, with creating vertical videos, I don't have the energy to open my laptop for vertical videos. I will happily edit a normal video on a laptop, but I think vertical video is not worth it. So I used to use CapCut, and my only issue with CapCut is that you cannot see the audio, because when you want to edit audio, you need to see the sound waves, and you can easily see where to cut quiet moments, because I sometimes need to redo the take. So I just googled like Android video editing tools, and I found a video that talked about 3 different tools, one of them being CapCut, another being a paid version of a thing, and then the first one being something called VN, which I had not heard of. VN video. And is that the TikTok one? I think US people were worried about the ban. Nope. It's just a normal video editing app. I don't have TikTok. I used to download it so that I can post stuff on it. Like each time I want to post something on it, I download it, I post the stuff, and then I don't use TikTok as an editing app, actually. Even Instagram, I don't feel comfortable. It could be used within TikTok, but definitely it's its own thing. CapCut. You've seen the logo everywhere, because most of the time people don't remove the watermark, and apparently now the watermark is unremovable, and it's like one of the reasons I stopped using it. This is what it looks like. You've definitely seen it. So yeah, the VN video one, you can see the levels of audio, which helps with editing so much. It has captioning. CapCut also has captioning, but I really like CapCut. But yeah, it's made by ByteDance. Really? Could be. Yep, it's made by ByteDance. There you go. Nice, good for them. It's a really good tool. Wow, everything is made by ByteDance. Wow. Jian Ying, cool. Formerly Via Maker. I saw watermark thing. It disappointed me a bit. Yeah, it now is unremovable at the top. Should we look into VN video and see who owns it? Because I feel like VN video editor, does it have a Wikipedia page? Okay, it's not as famous, but if we open it, Indonesia? Wait a second. I wasn't dissing it. No, yeah, it's just interesting. Where's about? Well, the only reason I said Indonesia is that their Instagram handle has a Indonesia version, which I guess is not okay. This one doesn't. I don't know where they're from, but it is almost like the same as CapCut. Like if you know how to use CapCut, you'll know how to use VN. I just am mad about the audio not being, maybe it's a feature that you can turn on, but with VN video you can see the audio, which is like the most important thing for me. I guess, whoa, you can even use it on, like, is that an example? Is this an example? Yeah, I guess this could be an example where you can see the audio waves. And that is my TED Talk about vertical editing apps. Because I also had a clip of yesterday's stream that I wanted to clip. That's okay, I was just worried it sounded like I was not really. Personally, I'm not like for TikTok because I used other social media apps to procrastinate. I don't like the idea of not having control over what I'm watching. Like, yes, you can recommend me stuff, but I can choose not to watch it. I don't like the swiping, which is like, I will mindlessly look at my stories of what my friends posted, or what else? I don't like YouTube Shorts, even though I do post them. The ones that I like are the ones where you get recommended to and you can choose not to look at it. I like having a tiny bit of control, you know? Yeah. Or I could go to my subscription tab and see the people that I've subscribed to, what they have put out, or my watch later, which has way too many videos there. Like, I think it was somewhere around 700. I've never installed TikTok nor created an account. I do have an account for this, like, Code Life. I'm just not irrationally fearful of it. I mean, I can be irrationally fearful of any tool. Like, YouTube is a fearful tool. Twitch is fine. But yeah, we can be fearful of any tool that is created by anyone else. If we don't have full control over something, then we can be easily fearful of it. I'm gonna need to change the text at the top. Do I watch One Piece? Will you be disappointed if I say I've seen the Netflix adaptation, but not the original one? Is that disappointing? Because I feel like if you have not seen the original anime, then you're not really a fan. So the answer would be sort of no, but yes. And I love Zoro. Who doesn't? Yeah. Okay. My brain was thinking about Shadowhunters yesterday for some reason, and I'm like, I've seen all of Shadowhunters. I think there are 2 seasons out now, probably more. I'm sorry. So yeah, I like things that are adaptations of books because I've probably read the book. Grok stuff from a week ago is crazy. AI still has ways to be scary, influencing people when it gets better at hiding bias. It has been told to promote. I'm not sure I know what you're talking about, but it's a long journey. It took you 3 years. If it's a happy journey, then I'm glad, because like, especially if you are a non-English speaker watching, you probably watched it in Japanese, huh? Anyway, it helps with learning languages. Yeah. So I don't see it as a waste, obviously, if it makes you happy or if it helps you learn a language, which I don't know. because like I know some Japanese words because I've watched enough anime to recognize them, but not enough to say I want to speak Japanese or I speak Japanese. I don't know universal emotions. I don't know what thing you're talking about Grok. I did see a post, South African conspiracy to promote, and was slipping it into everything. I did not see that. That is just cruel. What I saw was a post about Grok saying, I'm not gonna create what you told me because it's not ethical. Take it up with my team. Something like that. So I was like, oh, that's really nice. I always watch non-dub. Okay, fair. That's fair. Someone was telling me to watch Solo Leveling, which I have not watched, and I was like, I want to see the Korean version, not the Japanese version, because Solo Leveling is a Korean, what is it? Manhwa, meaning manga, but Korean. So if I do watch Solo Leveling, it's going to be Korean, because language sort of matters to me. Like, I have limited memory capacity, so I'm gonna use it the way I want to, by giving it just useless stuff. Anyway, let's do some useful stuff, huh? It's top one. Oh, which one? Solo Leveling or One Piece? Could be One Piece, probably. I have not watched the My Drama List. Wait, no. Oops, that was my anime list. Oh, this is the Grok stuff. Okay. Promotes, warns. Lovely. Not really, but you know what I mean. What the hell is this ad about? Do we have any? Oh, we do. Okay. How many times HBO changed their name? Look at. Yeah, that was what I was looking for. Manhwa is better in manga in quality. They are so beautiful. Like the colors and the I mean, they are obviously very different, but still very beautiful. My favorite manhwa that I've fully read is Chosu Saves the World. Highly recommend. Probably the only manhwa I've read fully. But like, you can just download Webtoon English and read it. Most of these things are free. Both are good, inspiring characters. Yeah, both are good, absolutely. So this part, okay, the answer, and then boom, something that has literally nothing to do with the question. That is weird, and that's May 14th. Bruh. This is, ugh, do not want to see, thank you. Yeah, I just felt bad for the guy, and no thanks. Okay, there's only one picture, but still. Oh, sure, I can. Let's do ads for it. Chor Su. Oh, that's not how it's written. Well, we'll get it. Saves the world. Can we find anything about it? Is it on Webtoons? Probably not. But we can look at some images. Oh, did we get 100 messages? No? Oh, we did! That's cool. No, I definitely need to be sidetracked because my brain needed rest, and that's that. Like, this is my brain resting. Felt bad for him and Harvard? Oh, Harvard, yeah. Trying to felt bad for the president of South Africa, and also Harvard because they stood up. So here is Chosu Saves the World, how it's written, and here is what it looks like. I am sidetracking myself, which is fine. I guess this is a Reddit about it, and it's I forgot the word, but it's a is it called regression or recession? Where the character dies, goes back, and does the thing multiple times. Yeah. Wait a second. Kuhashio means save him or save us. Huh. Because Chorsu를 구하시오, it's like save Chorsu? Huh? Regression. There we go. So it's called a regression. I remembered what it's called. Hold up. I need to go to Google Translate and check. The world after end manhwa. Actually, I started reading about this because Giguk recommended it in his video about manhwa. So I didn't find out myself. I'm not that fancy. But the world after end it's a manhwa. Oh wow, looks cool. I need to know what kuhashio, but like, okay, let's say, let's go to Korean, to English, and like, better try it once. And like, let's say, 나를, which means me. And then I don't have the energy to write kuhashio, so I'm just gonna say it. Kuhashio. Save me? Right? It means save the person instead of the person saves them. Like save me. 철수를 구하시오, like save 철수. Or like save yourself, I don't know. Hi. And this is the world after the fall. Is that it? Oh, the end. Oh, so it is versions. Look at the images. Anyway, pretty. Hi, Said. Yes. My brain is like, Said, which one? Choose. Thank you for the recommendations. I do prefer to read like normal books instead of manhwa, but I know manhwas are more, they're easier to read for sure. Like more attracting. So what time is it? I'm gonna try and look at this lecture for the next 30-ish minutes. Cool. We're gonna do boring now. We did fun for like 20 minutes. We're gonna do boring. I need a pen. Oh, okay, it's right there. All right, and I need a paper. And it is 2:06, so that I can help myself with the timestamps. There we go. Can we
a rank for under like different subcategory?
We can hear the voice, right? It's fine. For me, it's a bit low, but I don't know for you guys.
But like one potential issue of chatbot arena is like you always need to leverage human.
Oh, we're still talking about the chatbot arena, but then we'll get to this. LLMs as judges.
Reference to every time to to evaluate the model, which is very accurate, but in the meantime, which is kind of expensive, right? So how can we lower the cost and develop a more cost-effective way? So maybe we could introduce LLM as judge. So basically, we just
Oh God, thank you. So the LM as a judge would be to judge prompts and outputs of other LLMs. I thought it meant a human judge. I had my breath held. Okay, not a human judge.
call the large language model as a judge to evaluate your prediction. So for example, one benchmark is called empty bench, which like, they first design like like two rounds of questions, and then the maybe like they have like two responses from like two different models, right? And then they ask like more capable models like GPT-4 to judge, like to compare which one is better. So in that way, you could just um uh get a cheaper evaluation with the help of or with assistance of LLM. But definitely
Okay. So it is cheaper, but honestly, is it though? Like, do you think a Mechanical Turk, which is humans, versus LLM, where you need to host it and pay for it? Like, I am honestly asking. Because stuff like Fiverr and Mechanical Turk, I'm guessing it's human effort is not that costly. Especially, anyway, let's see. What is easier is rerunning, like, but I guess if you want different outputs, or because if you want to label something, you label it once. But if you want to judge something, you have to okay, you need to judge it multiple times. So I guess in that sense, it could be less costly because I don't know. But like, you can use it 100 times without it asking for more. Okay.
there's a pro and cons for the LLM judge. So on the one hand, LLMs can evaluate a large number of responses or like doing it more quickly. And definitely it will save you a lot of money for the evaluation, because if you just solely based on the human for the judgment, then you need to, have a lot of human annotators or voters. And if you have a very large evaluations of queries, then it's very expensive, right? And also LLMs can be more flexible, because in some scenarios, maybe you could even fine-tune your large language model to be a better evaluator for your own scenarios. But on the other hand, the LLMs may misinterpret, or have wrong judgments.
DeepSeek out of peak hours is like 3.5 cents per million tokens. Wow. They say they're making a profit on that. It's not like some loss to win in the end. Humans can't beat that. Nope, humans cannot beat that. That's for sure. Okay, that is pretty cheap. But like, I was thinking for university to host something, but yeah, to just call something, because I feel like there's a level of confidentiality to research, where you probably may not want to, or you know what, you could be testing. Oh yeah, thanks. You could be testing these models, so maybe you want to use them out of the gate without having it on your servers. Interesting. What is this background noise that you guys can hear? I mean, it's cars, but it's too loud. Like, my gate is not closing, my microphone gate. Yeah, it's not closing. It's more than minus 40 decibels. That's pretty loud. You aren't getting confidentiality. Yeah, no. Okay. That's true. Even Mechanical Turk is not confidentiality. I guess you have to hire actual people to come to your actual institution. Fans? No, zero fans, I swear. I am sitting in a fanless room with a window open. It's cars. It's a swishing of cars. But I'm not gonna close the window. I'll die.
Especially, for some long tail queries, maybe the models do not have much knowledge about that domain, then perhaps the model do not have a very good sense whether it is correct or not. And also it's kind of vulnerable to manipulation, since there are some adversary prompts or like sometimes not very robust to evaluation prompts, which kind of may lead to biased evaluation. And also, like I said, sometimes the models has like limited understanding about some details, or nuance. And in that sense, the models will not have very accurate evaluation. So yeah, these are just pros and cons for LM judge. It's still like a kind of open question. Besides that, there are still many open questions for the LM evaluation. So for example, how can we speed and scale up evaluation while
Okay.
maintaining the
I
evaluation
sort
accuracy?
of fixed the filter. I mean, I'm gonna die anyways, so let's die young and have people say, oh no, they died young. But I fixed the filter. Now it should close the gate when I'm not talking, which is right now. Yeah, I fixed it. Okay. And then I'll allow the guy to talk.
Because in the reality, we really want to do more fast iteration of model development. So in the ideal case, when we get some models, when we develop some new versions of models, we just want to do a very quick evaluation, but meanwhile, expect a accurate score, evaluation score, right? Um, and and secondly, since we know human preference is very accurate, so how can we more efficiently or cost effectively approximate human preference is also an open question. Definitely you could use LMs as judge, but on the other hand, like we also discussed in the previous slide, right? There's also some limitations or issues when we like do the LMs judge. Um, and also more recently, people found there's kind of some mismatch between the human preference and task accuracy on standard benchmarks. Um, so model developers on the one hand want to have a better human preference score because they just want to have a better user interaction experience in the web.
By human preference, do we mean how well a chatbot is doing? I guess that's what we do mean. And we did talk about the idea of more precise answers being more preferable, but also humans are, I don't know, like volatile. So we have differing opinions.
About. But on the other hand, they recently just found like, if the they further improve the human preference score, they will observe a little bit drop on the task accuracy on standard benchmarks. So it's still kind of unclear why there's negative correlation between these two. And fourthly, how to construct benchmarks that are in a more dynamic fashion. It's kind of related to the second one. We just want to, kind of develop like traditional benchmarks of more like in a dynamic fashion so that, the model do not saturate or it kind of makes the model it's a little bit hard for to degrade. And finally, when we construct benchmark, how to lower the contamination issues is also quite important because like previously we just construct benchmarks, but later on people found, like because the models were mostly pre-trained on the web, which kind of like contain everything, maybe also contain
Biased
your
way
test set
too
as
much.
well. So how
Oh, okay. When your base model is the web, it could contain the benchmark information and it could just cheat that. That's pretty cool.
can you construct some evaluation samples that are not in your training set so that you could better test the eval model? It's a kind of open question. Yeah, so in general, arms evaluation is a very hot topic nowadays. And on the other hand, like there are still a lot of research questions to solve. Yeah. Um, okay, so I'll just pause it over here to take any question if you have before we move to the multimodal part.
Does anyone have any questions that I don't know how to answer? Doesn't it feel this to be more of an opinion matter? Like, how something is better than something.
Right. So the question is,
I was watching. What was I watching? It had to do with images and numbers. And then there was an XQC. No, I don't think it was images and numbers, but there was an XQC comic about saying, I'm sure it was, oh God, what was it? Well, dementia is kicking in. I'm old. But it was an XQC comic saying, if I take this and match it with numbers, I can do math on it. Was it about images? Anyway, it could have been that MIT lecture that I did not fully watch. I watched like 5 minutes. But yeah, even like, obviously you can have quantitative data out of qualitative data. Like you could do matching and like mapping and stuff. But yeah, this feels more, I wouldn't say ethics exactly, but just opinion.
is whether there are also errors judged by humans in the chatbot arena. The answer is yes. And this is kind of
I like opinions and lectures. Experience is kind of what makes person's experience worth listening to over saying reading dry documentation. Fair. Yeah. Yeah. It's absolutely fun when you have a older, like not a under 30 lecturer, like someone like over 50 or someone who's actually lived, and then they spend half of the lecture talking about their life and then the other half you're actually studying. I love it when teachers waste time, but obviously not exactly wasting time. They're just relaying their experiences and advice to you, and hoping that, like for me, whenever I talk to someone younger than me and sort of in an advicey way, like my hope is that you do not make the same mistakes I did or have the same difficulties in life. I mean, obviously there are going to be difficulties, but I feel like that's what older teachers do. Oh, yeah.
humans in the chatbot arena. The answer is yes. And this is kind of a very important issue actually, because when sometimes humans are a little bit blunt, like when you try to compare like two different responses, sometimes humans do not know why they choose A. Maybe they just favor of the step.
Absolutely. Listening to teacher stories is nice, but like it's also nice to have the time go faster when you're enjoying this stuff versus the dry reading of the documentation. Like I've had lecturers that just mostly ghost stories. Ah, that's funny. That just read what's on the like on the slides without much spice. And those lectures feel way longer. Like I've had teachers who don't speak the language, so they are less open to speaking with the students. It's just like, okay, this is what this lecture is. As long as their opinions are in the exam questions. Ghost stories in exam questions. Yeah, no, probably not. Definitely not. Like define. Oh, aren't. Okay. Then yeah, I think there aren't as many lecturers that want you to have their opinions. Like if you construct a good thing, but computer science is not an opinionated major. Everything is like, define this. Is this or not? Or maybe if it's more ethics, then maybe. But I don't think I had any opinion based questions during my bachelor's. Honestly, I'd be down to give, or like, what is the word? You give lectures, right? Yeah, like to teach an ethics lecture. because it's really interesting. Nothing is true. Nothing is right. Everything is wrong. Most of the time, depending.
Else more, or they just find, A's, in a better look or what kind of way, but sometimes they don't have like a very strict or good evaluation criteria, maybe, or sometimes there are also some randomness. So here,
Does time also fly when I'm talking and not trying to learn stuff? Because it feels that way to me.
so how can we let the human evaluators have better judgment, or can we develop evaluation criteria for the human judgment is also an open question. One potential way chatbot arena people try to solve this issue is like after they try to add a comment section under the vote, so under the which one is better. But people,
Even then, how can you use the answer in the comment? Back to beginning after every lecture.
do not often read the comments in that part. So maybe they add that one, but no one respond to that. So but
I have patience? Do I? I'm not really patient, actually. Well, I can be very patient and I can be not patient. Okay, I am averagely patient.
in general, I think it's a very important but open issue to solve.
Yeah, one thing is there's kind of a term
Oh.
that's coined for this by the
We can hear Graham talking. I would be not even able to talk if the main lecturer was in the room when I'm guessing he's an assistant lecturer is giving the lecture. That's scary.
AGI style concerns, like AI is getting better and better, and it's called scalable oversight. With the idea being that as AI systems get better, the mistakes they're going to make are more nuanced, and so if you want to look up things in that general direction, I think it's interesting. One thing I can tell you is that if you really care about the task, you'll do a good job evaluating it. So it's kind of hard in the chatbot arena where people don't really care. They're just playing around with it. And they might care a little bit more. The people who care the least are the MTurk people, because MTurk people want to do it as quickly as possible without getting a bad rating.
Okay. So they are talking about Mechanical Turk. Did you hear it? I'm guessing you cannot hear it because it's pretty low, but if you did, Graham is saying Mechanical Turk people are doing the job as fast as possible to not get a bad rating so that they have a good turnaround time. But the chatbot arena people might not be as in a hurry, and they could be giving a more personally. I've said this before, but I have used chatbot arena, and there have been times where I just did not score because I didn't know what to do. Both is fine, and yes, there is a tie, but I was like, I'm not gonna judge this. I'm not qualified to judge this.
Adversely, affecting their,
So there's something on the line for the MTurk people.
The best possible thing is to have real users of the system who will complain to you or something like this.
It's better to have real users complain versus you paying someone to use it.
Obviously hard in academic settings, so how do you get there? Another thing is to have a real ground truth. So if you
Ground truth?
real ground truth, you can do that, but that's not particularly conducive to
What is ground truth?
human benchmarking or other stuff. So
It's not easy to get users, to have people use your stuff, especially if you're not a useful tool.
really
But Chatbot Arena has a lot of users, I'm guessing.
I don't think there's any.
Interesting.
Yes.
You get a single metric out of different tasks in the glue or super glue, because not everything is accurate.
Talking about glue and super glue.
So the question is how can we get a single metric for the glue and super glue? I think they just simply do the average across the metrics, even though sometimes maybe the metrics is not exactly the accuracy, but I think they just do the simple average over all of the tasks. Yeah. Any other questions? Okay, then we'll just
No.
move to the multi-model part.
And we pause here. Multimodal LLMs. How much did we look at? Ooh, very good. Like almost 10 minutes. That's a lot. And we take the current time. We refresh this so that when we come back to it, we are at the time we want. Cool. Oh, hi. Boneless Devils. Are you a first-time chatter? You are a first-time chatter. Why are you multiple boneless devils? Why are you not one boneless devil? Hello. GLHF pledge. What does that mean? Oh, nice. Inclusive gaming communities. Wow. Oh, you have an any key. That's adorable. Hi. So I'm gonna pause on that here. I obviously still have time, but because Twitch didn't want me to be didn't want me to be only me. Okay. So it's Twitch's fault, obviously. I just wanted to see how many boneless devils there are. Yes. Okay. So actually there was something that I wanted to say about the schedule for next week, which I am going to publicize it, hopefully. Oh, you can 5. Does not. No, it has to be at least 6. Duh. Right? That's how devils work anyway. I would know. Do I say astaghfirullah? Oh, you've met 5, you're the 6th. Okay, that was smart. I was dumb. You did it. So this is the schedule for next week, which I showed. I'm showing it again. Sorry. What I do want to say about the schedule is that the thing that I wanted to add is work days, Sunday and Tuesday, I suppose, which is my Monday and my Wednesday? Wait, it's Monday and Wednesday, right? Yeah. Those days. Oh God, that scared me. That woke me up.
Winless Devils just followed.
Thank you.
CL welcomes you.
Thank you for the follow. Can I ask what you do? Oh, you're not technically a streamer yet? That's cool. When you do become one, let me know. Or maybe you're not interested. I don't know. Yes. It's early. Well, it's early-ish morning. It's no longer early. But I'm almost always half asleep. Just a chill guy. Cool. I don't think I'm a chill gal. No, absolutely. I'm not, no chill. Zero chill. It did remind me of the fact that people around me say, you don't need to get mad. I'm like, dude, I'm not that mad. I'm not always mad. And then I get mad. Yeah. So these are 1.5 hour days for sure. Oh, I missed the other one. Whoops. It's okay. Thank you. Like, I'm not that angry of a person, I swear. I'm okay angry. So, thank you for laughing at me, people, for being scared. On all sides, YouTube and Twitch. So my free code camp days are both 1.5 hour days because it's the days where I need to go to work, and like today, this is a 2.5 hour stream because it's a weekend. So those days are free days. So do I, not fee, no one is fee, no. So do I need to say that on the schedule? That was my question, I suppose. These are limited hour days. I could just say these are 1.5 hour days and leave the other ones alone. That could work. to me. Like just saying, like this one would be, okay, here's how it works. 5:32. Oh, I need to make this longer. And it's in a group. So I need to make the group longer. How does this work? We'll get there. Oh no, that's not what I want to do. Do I ungroup first? Ungroup. Just do not be in a group with those people. Grouped. Oh, okay, so now it is ungrouped. Oh, locking. Ooh, okay, now I can make this longer and say from 5:30 to 9 p.m. Yes, I think. No, you get why I told you have a lot of patience. Do I? Learning the hardest canvas. No, I was learning more fancy things. But now, yeah, okay. All right. We can make this a bit smaller, and it is now matching. So this day and this day are those days. Canvas design gameplay. Huh? That would be scary. We can make this longer and say, okay, so this gives the same information that I wanted to give. 9. Did I add the 2 zeros? Do I need to add the 2 zeros? Honestly, I don't need to have this PM here. I can have it at the end. I don't like working with a 24-hour thingy for because I'm just not used to it. So apologies for that. And that's it. I think this works. Ta-da! Now this is more informative. This was my older schedule, by the way. The Ramadan schedule. Peak gameplay. Yeah, I'm gonna publish this maybe tomorrow. Because, yes, that could work, yes. Yes, okay. Thank you for... Cool, I guess, yeah, it's fine. Someone needs to make a game using Canva. No, this is not Canvas. Apparently there's a thing called Canvas that I didn't know about. It has to do with programming. Yes. So let's do a recap before I go, which the recap is today we learned about we finished the LlamaIndex thingy, agentic workflows. So using agents in LlamaIndex and agentic workflows in LlamaIndex. So that was the HuggingFace side. Inshallah, starting when I talk about the days of the week, I talk about it for myself, which is like next Friday. But according to my schedule, which I created, it's Thursday. So that's going to be the continuation of this lesson. And we did talk about using LLMs as judges for judging other LLMs. It's very toxic. Instead of using humans, because humans need food and they're groggy. What else? And inshallah, starting next week, we start the Free Code Camp course, which I am absolutely looking forward to. Yes. There we go. Yes. That was today. Thank you for... Yay! Thank you. Are you interested in like programming stuff or mostly boneless devil stuff? Oh no, there's an ad break that I did not see. Yeah. It's been really cool to have people chatting with me. I appreciate it. I'm really thankful for your time because, you know, like we have limited hours on this earth, people. You don't waste it on me. So thank you for being here. I'm happy that the stream was nice today. Yesterday the stream was mean to me because it cut off a bunch of times. But today's stream was nice and people were awesome. If you would like to connect, you don't have to. You just spawned here? Huh? Why you leave? I'm sorry. You can continue the conversation on Discord if you feel like it. You don't have to, but if you feel like it. I am on way too many social media places and it's extremely unhealthy. But yeah, I am on YouTube as well, which right now I am streaming both sides. And thank you for being here. I truly appreciate it. I was gonna ask, well, you asked and I answered, or I answered and you asked. Yeah, inshallah, see you in 2 days my time, sort of. Yes, in like 45 hours. Yes, have a good day, have a good evening, have a good afternoon, have a good, could be Saturday or could be Friday depending on where you are. And I should go. I keep saying I'm gonna go and I'm not. Thank you for sharing the link, Coffee. I appreciate it. I think it is also in the description of the yeah. Is this a hello or is this a goodbye, this pose? I'm not sure. This one at least feels like a goodbye. So yes, absolutely. Coffee is the most MVP VIP out there. They've been here from view zero, you know? So we appreciate Coffee and we appreciate the drink as well. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being a part of this little internet community of like humans and not bots. It wasn't funny this time, really? And what was it I wanted to say? Yeah, we are part of this like slow internet of not slop, hopefully. So I hope I can encourage you to do things that would help your life, and you are absolutely encouraging me to do things that is helping me in my life. So thank you for that. Anyway, I'm gonna go to the end screen, and like after maybe 1 to 2 minutes I'm gonna end this stream. But yeah, have a lovely rest of your time. Goodbye. Thank you.